today, in order to make our ornaments, you're going to need a circle tracer. I just used a soup can, a Sharpie if you have one, definitely a pencil, scissors, glue, and a piece of paper. If you have string, that'd be great. You could also use floss, or you don't have to have string if you really don't have any, that's fine. And another thing, you want to use a cereal box. It'll make it stronger and last longer. So the first thing we're going to do is trace our circles, and I'm going to speed this up. Okay, once we have our circles traced, then you can design whatever you want. I'm going to draw the Nightmare Before Christmas little character, starting right in the middle with a raindrop shape, and then another kind of upside down raindrop shape. And I'm going to draw two ovals kind of farly spaced apart, and then a little U over each eyebrow. This is why we're doing it in pencil, in case you mess up. I wanted it to kind of curve down just slightly before I added the little lines through it. Also, above each ornament, you want to draw kind of a thick rectangle shape about the length of your eraser. And I'm going to add a second one on top of that, so that we can fold it later on and create that little hole to be able to stick yarn or anything through. Once I finish doing that to all of the circles, I'm going to go back and draw the little Grinch, which is 3 U's right in the middle of the circle, and then kind of a curved line, almost that curves to the edges of the circle, so just a little bit of space on the edge. And then I'm going to make the eyes, so it'll just be 2 curved lines coming up from that one that you just made, and try to make them symmetrical, so the same on both sides. Then right above the nose, we're going to draw another kind of crooked, curvy line that goes down, up, and back down. And I'm going to draw a little zigzag on the side for the eyebrows because they're a little bushy. Then I'm going to start on the end, draw a kind of like a rainbow shaped line all the way to the very point, right in the middle of the eyebrows. Try to make them as symmetrical as possible. Then a straight line up from there and a letter V. I'm going to draw the hat, which is just some U's, leaving a little space at the top, U, just show a little red at the very top. And then right under the nose, we're going to draw kind of a curved line down. On the very edge, where we saved that little space, we're going to draw 2 little U's, 2 curved lines, I guess, not really U's. Start in the middle of those, come to the center to make a point. So it goes down, back in, and to the point. And then the pupil. So I'm going to draw another circle inside of both, trying to make them as symmetrical as possible. So again, while we're doing this in circle, and there's a video on Kids Hub that shows you how to draw a Grinch. So you can always go look up some videos on how to draw what you're looking to draw. A candy cane is pretty simple. I'll put a dot in the middle, and then I'm just starting on the edge and making a curved line to the center. The only tricky part about this is that you want to count right when you're done, because it has to be an even number in order for it to be able to color it in like a candy cane. So at first I actually did it wrong, so you definitely want to make sure that you have counted and that there's even number of spaces. Okay, once you're done drawing as many ornaments as you want, then you're going to take either a Sharpie or a black marker. I would suggest a black marker for outlining the very outside to make it more thick line. That way you won't cut into your ornament. And how you do that is if you use the very tip, it's going to draw a very skinny line, but if you lay it diagonally to the side, it'll make a thicker line. Then I'm going to use my Sharpie, and the reason why I want to use a Sharpie is because Sharpie does not bleed. So when I go back over to color this, the black won't get into my markers. So you just trace over all your pencil lines, and then we're going to color in. Okay, once we're finished tracing over all of our lines, I just wanted to show you Kids Hub and all the different things you could choose to draw. Especially if you don't celebrate Christmas, you can find something else to draw and hang on a doorknob. You don't even have to draw a circle. You can just draw what you want and then follow the rest of the steps for making the ornament. Okay, I filled in all the black areas with my black marker, and now I'm going to color in. But I almost forgot something, and that was to grab my handy dandy eraser and erase all those pencil lines to make it look nice and neat and have good craftsmanship. Now I think most of you probably know how to color in the Grinch, but I'll just show you. So yellow eyes, and then the eyebrows are black, and then the skin tone is a light green. So not the dark green, but the light green. And I'm going to fast forward this or skip this part. Just make sure that you outline and then fill in your space. Okay, once you finish coloring in your ornament, don't forget the little top yellow part. We're going to cut it out. This is why I wanted you to have a thick outer line so that you didn't cut into your ornament. I would even cut on the very edge of that black line. And I'm just going to show you one ornament. So you're going to get the cereal box or that thin cardboard, make dot dot not a lot around the edge and a little bit in the center. I actually like to smooth it out with my finger and make sure it gets all the way to the very edge, and then turn over. Make sure you rub off the glue so you don't mess up your art, and then pat it down. Wait until it dries before you cut it out. I should have done that, but I want to make it fast so you can get to your work. And you're just going to cut around the edge. And the last step, well, one of the last steps is folding it right on that line, because now we're going to cut a little letter V. Watch your fingers. Notice my fingers are not in the way, so I'm going to cut a line and then go the opposite way and cut a line to make the letter V, making sure I don't hurt my fingers. And I'll pull that little piece out, and when you open it, it will have a little hole for you to stick the yarn or floss or whatever you have. If you don't have anything, that's okay. You can go put it on the tree just like that. But if you want to hang it on a doorknob, you're going to need something, maybe even a shoestring. Very last step is on the back. I want you to write 2020 in your name so we remember when we made this ornament. Time for the tree.